Beginning transmission.
This is the audio log of Dr. Cool, O5 Council member, as well as Supreme Commander of Mobile Task Force Alpha 1, also known as the Red Right Hand. Hello everyone. Now, today I have another article request from Agent Dan Andrich. I hope I pronounced that name right. But, anyway, he has requested an article file for a Keter class SCP that he is about to begin experiments on. He has not, of course, seen this SCP before, and being the top Keter expert here in the Foundation, he's dropped by my office to see if I could create a portable video file for him. So, anyway, this I have decided to do. Now, I have ran into this SCP a few times before, and it is not really one of the more scarier types that I've seen. In fact, it's kind of comical, to me at least. Some others might think it's not a big deal, but it's not really much to worry about in appearance. However, that doesn't mean that it is still potentially dangerous. It is a Keter class SCP, even though I see it as just a mere joke with the way it looks lots of times. I still have the perception of knowing that if this thing was to get loose, it could potentially kill someone. So just keep that in mind, Agent Dan. Alright, well, let us begin with our article file for today. Item number SCP-2006, now referred to as SCP-2006. Object Class Keter. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-2006 is to be contained at Site 118 in an airtight containment cell. SCP-2006 must be constantly monitored from changes in form, which are to be noted immediately. All personnel coming into contact with SCP-2006 are required to enroll in an acting course with a focus on expressing fear and surprise. Every month, SCP-2006 is to be shown at least one new extremely low-quality horror or science fiction movie containing horror elements. All interaction with SCP-2006 must confirm that SCP-2006 continues to believe that said works demonstrate a superb grasp on horror. Description: SCP-2006 is an anomalous spherical entity roughly 15 centimeters in diameter when in its default state. SCP-2006's stated goal is to cause feelings of fear and or horror in as many humans as possible. To accomplish this purpose, SCP-2006 possesses the ability to change its shape, mass, volume, density, chemical structure, and voice to any form that it desires. Currently, there is no known way to damage SCP-2006. The extent of its shape-shifting abilities is also unknown, and is currently thought to be unlimited. Currently, SCP-2006 has demonstrated a fondness for taking the forms of various entities and villains from the various horror and science fiction movies that it has witnessed. The most common form that SCP-2006 has taken is that of the Roman from the 1953 movie Robot Monster. SCP-2006 is capable of speaking even when it possesses the form of an entity that is normally unable to speak. SCP-2006 will generally attempt to scare any individual it comes into contact with, but after doing so, will become offendable and friendly. The reason behind this is currently unknown. Doctor's note. Of course, this, I believe, is strongly a lull tactic, willing to lessen the guard of those around it. Do not be fooled by this. Remember, once you enter this containment cell and begin studies on SCP-2006, even though it may appear to be friendly, remember that it is a Keter class SCP. Alright, now, continuing on. Although SCP-2006 has repeatedly stated its goals of causing as much fear as possible, SCP-2006 is a poor judge on concepts that cause fear in humans, and constantly searches for new methods in which to accomplish its goals. This poor recognition extends to recognition of emotions in humans, as SCP-2006 is incapable of distinguishing between subtle differences in emotions that would be obvious to a human. Now, there is a audio log with an interview with SCP-2006. However, I shall provide that at the end of this video, just to give something a little bit different, as well as a nice little outro to the video, I believe. So, anyway, at an end of the current site director for Site 118 has issued the following memorandum regarding SCP-2006. It has been getting reports of some of the lax behavior regarding SCP-2006. Many personnel have been heard laughing at SCP-2006 during surveillance when it watches a new movie, or when it attempts to scare individuals. Some personnel have heard questioning why SCP-2006 is classified as a Keter entity. I am here to remind you that a Keter entity is a Keter entity, regardless of how unconscious it may seem. No, SCP-2006 is not a rampaging demigod, nor is it a regenerating super lizard. However, it possesses the same level of danger as other Keters that are within the Foundation's custody. Think of SCP-2006's purpose. It wishes to scare people. Imagine what would happen if SCP-2006 broke containment and found out a way what really scared people. Imagine if it saw the horror and fear of war, or the concepts of paranoia, or phobias common to each and every human being. Imagine if it found the true horror of a nuclear holocaust, or an XK-class scenario. Now couple that with an entity that possesses shape-shifting abilities with no known limits, and you'll understand why it's classified as a Keter. All personnel mentioned above have been substantially disciplined. I do not want to hear about this again. Dr. Randall Owings, Site 118 Director. And I firmly agree with Dr. Owings. He brought this to my attention, and, well, being the enforcer of the SCP Foundation, I definitely made sure that those at the mentioned names or people above in his little report there were truly reprimanded. That goes for anyone else that wishes to laugh at SCP-2006. Remember that. Alright, well, that is everything, I believe. I shall actually put the interview in a separate video, but the link should be in the description now. If you wish to hear the interview, you are more than welcome to click on the link below, and it shall take you to the interview log. Well, that is all the time that I have for today. Thank you for your request, Agent Dan, and I hope that your research on SCP-2006 goes smoothly. If you would like for me to read any other article files, whether you want me to read your favorite article file, or you're being assigned by the Foundation to do research on the said SCP, then please leave a comment below telling me your requested article for me to read. I would more than be happy, of course, to read it for you. Alright, well, like I said, that is all for me today. This is Dr. Cool, 05 Command, signing out.